I made my second Alice in Wonderland inspired chess piece. This one is the Daffodil from the Living Garden. But as you can see, it could do with a bit of refining. So first of all, it's too top heavy, it won't stand up. It is also too big to fit inside the square properly. So compared to our other chess piece, it needs to come down in size quite a bit. Connection here could do with some work as well. So today I'm going to practice making this until we have our final piece. Making this fluty part here, I use this amber tubing, which I really wanted to use. It's just, I think, too big for this project. I think if this was like literally half the size, then it would be ideal. But for the size of chess piece I'm trying to make, I don't think it's any good. And I'm gonna have to come up with a brand new way of making this like fluty bit. And I'm gonna try to reference to this checkered like sample as well. So the individual daisy petals are like this big. So yeah, I've got to bring these ones down quite a bit. And I'm using this to make my petals. Give it a squish. There we go, that's much better sizing. So I'll make 6 of these. I've got all 6. I did make an extra one, but this was a little too large, so I think these are better. Now I'm going to try and figure out how to make this fluty part. So I've got a couple of tools here I'm going to try to use for this. This has this like hexagonal shape here, so I'm thinking I can push this into the amber glass. It'll flare out and then I can tweeze it. And this other one is basically the same, it's just smaller. So I'll give this one a try first. And then we'll just kind of squidge it like this and see what happens. So I'm going to use these little tweezers to try and shape this and pull it out a bit. That's really cool, I like that. Now I'll put the petals on and see how it looks. Alrighty, so 1, 2, 3, there we go. I knocked my daisy over and the petals fell off. But there we go, you can see the sizing is much more like similar to the way it was before. So I'm going to get this in the annealer, pop you in there. And I'm going to repurpose the base of this, so I'm going to take the like flower head off and then keep this to then put the new flower onto it. So let's get the flower head off here and then pull. There we go. Now we can attach our new smaller flower. I think that looks pretty great. So now we need to get it off the punty. Oh, that's right, we've got a backup petal for this. Fixed it. And that punty is really on there, so I'm going to have to melt this one off. And I flattened out the bottom, and now it can go in the kiln. All right, madam, let's fix you up. I'm really sorry I knocked you over. Alrighty, there we go. We're done. So they're now gonna anneal in there for a little bit, and it's gonna ramp down in temperature slowly, and then we can take a look. Okay, let's take a look at you. Well, first off, the size is so much better, particularly when we compare it to the other piece. And that fits into the square much better this time. It is still a little bit wide, so the petals would need to be smaller again. And I think this fluty bit in the middle is really cute. So I think this is ideal. I just need to redo it again so that it is in fact perfect. Okay, so this is how these all came out. This one's a little too blobby. This one's nice, but the petals are still a little bit big. And this one, which was actually my least favorite, I think is now my favorite. It's the right size and the scale is actually pretty great. And these petals are like on there. They ain't coming off. So for this particular design, I think I'm actually going to go for this one. So I'm going to make another 5 of these to practice, and then we will have our final chess piece. That is them all in there. And here they all are. So now we can move on to the next ones. I think I'm going to do the eat me little like cookie.